Hi friends, this is Jennifer Terri and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will talk about COVID testing. For traveling, COVID testing is no longer new, and it is known by many that the Philippines requires COVID testing for all arriving passengers. So the new protocols is that passengers will be tested on the 6th day from the date of arrival. The COVID test will be done at your quarantine hotel and not at the airport. So depending on your testing lab, you have the option of prepayment or paying upon arrival at the airport. Now in this video, we will talk everything about, the swab test, what you need to know, where do you register, what are your testing lab, and we will talk about for all arrivals, so Manila, Cebu, and Clark. So without further ado, let's start. Manila Arrivals. So there are 3 test providers for Manila Arrivals. First up is the PAL Detoxicare, PADLab, and Red Cross. For PAL Detoxicare, this is only exclusive for Philippine Airlines passengers. Yep, the Philippine Airlines has their own testing laboratories. So for this one, you'll just have to register on link. I made a step-by-step guide procedure for the registration for your COVID test with Detoxicare. If you want to check that out, go ahead in my channel. But the process is pretty straightforward, really. You could finish it in like 5 minutes or less. And the price for your COVID test will be 4,000 pesos. So you may pay in cash, Philippine peso, GCash, PayPal, WeChat, Alipay, and ATMs are available at the airport. So again, PAL Detoxicare exclusive for Philippine Airlines passenger. So with the Philippine Airlines Detoxicare, since the testing will be done at the airport, on day 3 of your quarantine, you will receive an email, and then there's an online form attached to it. So you just fill that out just to confirm the schedule of your testing. And if you have any concerns with Philippine Airlines Detoxicare follow-ups, you may contact them through the following channels. The second testing lab for Manila Arrivals is Philippine Diagnostic Lab or PADLab. So for this one, who can avail? So anyone not flying with Philippine Airlines, former Filipinos, non-OFWs, foreign nationals, you can avail the testing of PADLab. So to pre-register, they have a link. So pre-register 3 days before your flight. And then you will receive a confirmation email containing a QR code. So save that email and QR code for your arrival in the Philippines. For payment method with PADLab, you can either do US dollars, Philippine peso credit cards, or debit cards. And your results, same with Detoxicare, your results will be sent to your nominated email address. So the email address that you put in the registration process. So before your, at least 2 days before your scheduled testing, let's say on your day 4, call them to confirm your schedule of testing as well as your quarantine location. Your quarantine hotel, and coordinate also with your hotel that, hey, I'm gonna have my test on this day, blah, blah, blah. These hotel staff at the quarantine hotels are very knowledgeable of the protocols, and they have contacts with these labs as well. So if you have any inquiries with PADLab, here is their contact information. You may message them on their Facebook page, or you can email them or call them. And the last testing lab for Manila Arrivals is Philippine Red Cross. So Philippine Red Cross mainly caters for OFWs. OFWs are Filipino workers. They work overseas. They register with Philippine departments, and because of that, with this pandemic, the government pays for all their expensive swab testing, quarantine, transportation. Yeah, but Philippine Red Cross also offers testing for non-OFWs. So if you are not a non-OFW or not flying with Philippine Airlines, you could also avail Philippine Red Cross. To avail the service of Red Cross, register through their ECIF link 3 days before your flight. So this is the link. And if you're interested to avail Philippine Red Cross, you may pay through Philippine Peso, US dollars, or you may prepay online. To save some time, you want to prepay in advance before your arrival to the Philippines, you may do so through a link. So I'll have that link in the description box. For prepayment, register first for the ECIF registration before you make the payment, as you will need the retrieval code from the ECIF. So free payment, I'll put the link in the description box. So because there are online fees for the prepayment, your COVID test could total 4,136. Be warned though that for this prepayment of Red Cross, it is non-refundable except for the following reasons: confirmed double bookings, unreserved airport bookings, emergency cases, and humanitarian reasons. Okay, so make sure that if you prepay that you will avail their service and you've got everything ready. So if you have any inquiries with Philippine Red Cross, you may email them at 1158@redcross.org.ph. Next up, Cebu arrivals. For those arriving in Cebu, if you're interested about the quarantine hotels in Cebu and Clark, check out my channel. I made a video about that. So for Cebu arrivals, the registration link or form is uniform, is the same for all types of passengers. So all arriving international flight passengers are required to register not earlier than 5 days prior to departure. So a travel registration number will be generated once registration is complete. So register through this link. I'll have this link in the description box, friends. So visit the description box. You'll get so many information from there. So the COVID test in Cebu will cost you 4,100. It may be paid upon arrival or prepaid. So if you want to pay in advance for your COVID testing in Cebu, you may do so after you complete the registration form, the registration for the COVID test. So 48 hours before your scheduled arrival date, you may prepay. So there are 3 methods in order to do so. You may do bank transfer or direct deposits, a money remittance center, and other methods. If you want to avail some prepayment. If you don't want to do prepayment, you may pay when you arrive in Cebu. So once payment is done for the prepayment, you fill out the Prime Care prepayment form via this link. I'll have this in the description box as well. But if you just want to pay upon arrival, then just register for the first link, the COVID registration link. Alright, that's Cebu. Let's go to Clark. So in Clark, for non-OFWs, former Filipinos, and foreign nationals, you have to register with PADLAB. Yeah, so PADLAB also operates in Clark. So everything is the same in Clark. You also have to pay 4,000 pesos and you'll receive your email via, you will receive your results via email like in Manila. So that is all, friends. So in Manila, there are 3 testing providers: the Toxicare for PAL passengers, PADLAB, and Red Cross. For PADLAB and Red Cross, those who are not flying with Philippine Airlines and you are not an OFW, you may choose between these 2. And then for Cebu arrivals, there is a uniform registration link for your COVID test. And then for Clark, it's only PADLAB. So register with PADLAB if you're arriving in Clark. So that is all for this video, friends. Thank you so much for watching. So that's really everything about the COVID test. You get your COVID test on the 6th day, and when you get your results, you get, what you do next is you get your Bureau of Quarantine certificate. After you get your negative COVID result and your Bureau of Quarantine certificate, and that's it. Off you go. You go to your final destination. So I hope this gave you an idea, and if you have any questions, comment down below. I'll try my best to answer it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you again with another video. Bye!